And what is up, everyone on YouTube? This is Mark coming at you with an update right now with the way things are looking on this Thursday afternoon for Hurricane Helene. Recon is winning, and they have just found potentially 115 miles an hour. As far as like the strength goes, we may be looking at Category 3 now with Hurricane Helene. The current advisor still has it at Category 2, but regardless, it's only 5 mile an hour difference. The threat levels are still the same. Everything is still holding station as far as the threats itself. But let's look at everything on this Thursday afternoon. All right. Wind-wise, still looking about the same. Tallahassee is most likely going to take a direct hit from this, potentially. Valdosta, Georgia, hurricane force winds possible. Albany, Georgia, same thing. Columbus, Georgia, and even up towards Macon, Georgia. Dothan, Alabama as well. Tropical storm force winds, strong winds, 50-plus miles an hour in Gainesville. Maybe Tampa. Maybe up towards Atlanta. And Panama City and Destin. And then tropical storm force winds 35 miles an hour or higher. Montgomery, north of Atlanta to Chattanooga to Knoxville to Greenville, South Carolina, Augusta, Columbia, South Carolina, Savannah, Georgia, Jacksonville, Florida, Palm Coast, basically the entire state of Florida at this point. Storm surge, still the big factor. Tampa looking at about 6 to 10 feet. Where Hurricane Helene makes landfall, about 15 to 20 feet of storm surge. This is non-survivable. They're already getting rain bands and some winds in Florida, along the west coast of Florida near Tampa, and along the south coast of the Florida Panhandle. Some rain bands already coming in. Interactive radar showing this. Tallahassee's actually been getting a lot of flooding over there from last night and this morning. And it's a very big storm. I don't think we can say enough about how big this is. And we are still expecting it to strengthen, perhaps potentially to a Category 4 by the time it makes landfall, which, like I said, as of this moment, the recon data supports 115 miles an hour. Now, if National Hurricane Center wants to make the jump or not, that remains to be seen. Checking with them right now, they have not decided to make the jump, at least as of yet. They're still holding at 110 miles an hour currently. As far as I'm concerned, the plan is we will probably do a live stream sometime around, probably start at about 6 o'clock Eastern, maybe 6:30 Eastern, and cover the coverage of the landfall of Hurricane Helene as it makes its way north into Florida and South Georgia. So pretty much, if you live in pretty much, actually, you know what? Let's make this a little easier because we have the tornado watches on right now. Let's turn on the tropical storm warnings and stuff. If you live in any of these areas right here, Florida, pretty much all of Florida, all of Georgia, all of South Carolina, the Appalachian Mountains, and extreme East Alabama, you can expect at least tropical storm force winds. And where the hurricane does make landfall, you can expect very strong gusty winds, 110 miles an hour or higher. Hurricane force winds extending as far north as South Georgia, and strong tropical storm force winds extending as far north as North Georgia, with some gusts up to 60, 70 miles an hour, maybe even extending into the Appalachians, especially where the mountains are very, very elevated. So this is going to be a very dangerous situation. I do anticipate that Hurricane Helene will be retired once everything is all said and done, but we do have to go through the storm first before we can officially retire a name. But for now, guys, just keep a watch out. If you live in Florida, please evacuate immediately, especially if you live on the south coast of the Panhandle. Time is running out. Until then, guys, keep it tuned. Mark Gaiman signing off.